Hey friends, my name's Eric Kim and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I like to set it and forget it in photography. There's so many different camera settings you guys could use in photography, and generally what I'd recommend is if you want to just capture the decisive moment and you don't want to worry too much about all the technical settings, I personally like to shoot in P mode, program mode. The basic idea of P program mode is it automatically chooses your aperture and shutter speed, and the only thing you control is the ISO. And the reason why I like to shoot in P mode is that it allows you to focus on capturing the decisive moment rather than caring too much about getting all your camera's technical settings right. So for example, I've had so many instances where I'm shooting either in aperture priority mode or I'm shooting fully manual mode, and I go out and grab a burger and I'm going indoors, outdoors, and the lighting conditions are continuously changing. And the issue with this is I forget to change my camera settings and I see a different moment, like either indoors or outdoors, and I just take the photo and all the exposure settings and everything's wrong because I just forgot to change my settings. I am personally a very stupid photographer and I forget my technical settings all the time, so I love to set and forget it. So the reason why I like to keep my camera in P mode, I just use center point autofocus, and I keep my ISO relatively high, around 800 or 1600, and these settings work well about 90% of the time. And of course it's not a perfect camera setting, but I think the reason why I like set and forget it is that the less you worry about your technical settings, the more you can focus on framing, composition, getting close to your subject. Sometimes when I'm shooting street photography, I'm very self-conscious about approaching my stranger and talking with them, engaging with them. And the less I could think about my camera settings, the more I could focus on being creative, being artistic, capturing beautiful moments. So once again, guys, I'd recommend for you to experiment with different camera settings, try to set it and forget it, just shoot in P program mode, and ultimately whatever technical settings work best for you is probably the best. Also, a good way to think about set it and forget it is just when you're shooting with your camera phone, just use the default app and the only thing you have to press is the button. And so I think that shooting with a phone is one of the best ways to just set and forget it, because once again, as photographers, our job is to capture the beauty of life, not so much to get the best perfect settings. So to learn more about photography and street photography, Google Eric Kim blog, and I'll see you there.